11,220 erupt.
There's a company the Miami Valley can count on to shed light on new ways to conserve, to help empower our region, to help take the first steps into the future. Our rebates on new air conditioners and heat pumps, discounts on CFLs, and free refrigerator recycling are just a few ways you can save both money and energy. Tomorrow starts today with DP&L.
Having fun at the supermarket is one thing. Making time to do it is another. That's why Dr. Sears suggests Step 9. Add a whole food-based supplement to the family diet.
There's no substitute for just wholesome, real, whole foods. The fact is, children have erratic eating habits, and we don't live in an ideal world.
That's why Dr. Sears recommends Juice Plus to his patients.
The difference about Juice Plus is from 17 different fruits and vegetables. all conveniently packaged in a little capsule. Many vitamins, many minerals, and many phytonutrients, all those acting together. Even though Juice Plus comes in a capsule and could be perceived as a pill, it really belongs in the skills model because Juice Plus helps the body muster up its own internal medicine. The fruits and vegetables in Juice Plus are natural phytos, those phytonutrients we talk about, the immune boosters. Juice Plus is like an insurance policy to make sure you get the necessary or optimal level of all these immune boosters. I found out about Juice Plus through my wife. I was recovering from colon cancer. And one night after chemotherapy and radiation, I sat down at the table and my wife shows me these 4 little capsules, 2 pink and 2 green. I said, Martha, what are these? And she said, never mind, just take them. So I simply took them. But being a doctor, I said, I got to find out what's in these capsules. So I started studying about Juice Plus. And I looked at the science of Juice Plus, reputable journals showing how much healthier people are after taking Juice Plus. And then I thought, if it helps me, I want my whole family to take it. And then I started using it in our pediatric practice, and I noticed the health differences. One of the things that impressed me about Juice Plus is how well researched it is. Many companies spend a lot on advertising and not very much on basic research. Juice Plus was just the opposite. Little on advertising, a lot on research. As a doctor, that impressed me. And what really impressed me is the effects I've seen in my pediatric practice. I would take children who were sick all the time, who had terrible eating habits, and put them on Juice Plus, and then moms would come in maybe a year later and say, the reason, Dr. Bill, you haven't seen us so often is because my child is so much healthier after taking Juice Plus. Parents would say, you know, Dr. Bill, something surprisingly happened. When my child started taking Juice Plus, my child would eat more fruits and vegetables. I said, wow, that's interesting. So back to the books. Why? I was curious. Why would children willingly eat more fruits and vegetables after taking Juice Plus? And I found it's the old concept of metabolic programming. It's like you're giving the child all these fruits and vegetables, and the body says, wow, that's good for me. Give me more.
Western Ohio Graphics is a full-service commercial printing, advertising, and fulfillment company. From concept to delivery, we can provide over 800,000 in printable advertising specialty products and over 100,000 non-printed products. We can also print full-color banners, posters, and large format signage to meet your specific needs. Call Western Ohio Graphics today at 937-335-8769. Your quality printing source for tangible media.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Beavercreek High School Stadium for tonight's USL match between the Richmond Kickers and your Dayton Dutch Lions. The starting lineup first tonight for the Richmond Kickers, coached by Lee Kalishaw. In goal, number 31, Joe Willis. Your defenders, number 26, Connor Shanowski. Number 2, William Yambi. Number 23, Sasha Garez. And number 18, Alex Lee. In the midfield, number 28, Samuel Asante. Number 27, Jay Spitz. And number 5, Mike Callahan. And your forwards, number 4, Luke Verpoloni. Number 7, Matt Delicott. And number 11, George Davis IV. And now, for your Dayton Dutch Lions. In goal, number 30, Matt Williams. Your defenders, number 24, Taylor Boland. Number 3, Kevon George. Number 16, Brock Granger. And number 2, Shane Smith. In the midfield, number 21, Shintaro Harada. Number 6, Sebastian Terrier. And number 8, And your forwards, number 5, Eli Garner. Number 25, Aaron Schoenfeld. And number 22, forward, Jackson Beckham. Ladies and gentlemen, please remove your hats and rise as we join in honoring our country and those who serve it with the playing of our national anthem. Your officials for tonight's match.
9 tries, no dice, swept last year, kicked to the curb in the playoffs. Definitely fodder for the locker room, I am sure. As we get ready to kick off tonight's match between your Dayton Dutch Lions and the 2013 regular season champs, the Richmond Kickers. Hello, this is Pete Zeeler, and we are live in Beavercreek, Ohio at Miami Valley Hospital Stadium on a really hot night. And I'm joined, as always, by color analyst extraordinaire Doug Palomaki. And Doug, these early games are critical 3 points for both squads.
Absolutely. You don't want to fall behind in the standings early and then have to make up points later on in the season. Dayton has been, I guess the best way you could describe it is efficient with their offense. They scored 3 goals, and of those 3 goals, they've manufactured 2 road wins by 1-0 victories and a 1-1 tie 2 weeks ago in their home opener back here against Rochester. So they've scored goals when it's counted. It'd be nice to put more than one up maybe tonight.
Kickers, a team that has a lot of experience, led by head coach Lee Cowasaw. We got starting lineup of names that are veterans of USL Pro. We'll start, though, with the home team, the Dayton Dutch Lions. And, Doug, we'll give it a roll through. And a couple changes tonight.
Yeah, Matty Williams still in the goal. The back line looks pretty much the same. Shane Smith, Brock Granger, Kevin George, and Taylor Boland. Sebastian Terrier gets to start in midfield with Shintaro Harada. Eli Garner up front. Joel Delas in the midfield. Aaron Schoenfeld been strong. And the one change you mentioned, Jackson Beckham gets to start tonight for the Dayton Dutch Lions. Coached by Sid Van Drunen, Dayton comes into tonight's match 2-1-1.
Richmond, a team very led with numerous players. And, Doug, as you go through the Lions form, definitely led by the top player, Kyle Porter, and Taylor Kemp, both named USL Team Players of the Week for Week 5.
Yep, Richmond comes in here, and the record may not show it, but they're scoring a lot of goals. They're 1-1-2, so... And as you take a look at the table, Dayton Dutch Lions, as we mentioned, 4 games played, but a 2-1-1 record. And then you look down the middle of the table, Richmond Kickers, 1-1-2. But a win tonight for Richmond would kind of turn that fortune around. So 3 points, huge anytime. But between these two teams, that's all the difference in the standings.
And we're about to be underway. Richmond's going to kick the ball off. They're going to go right to left. Dayton, of course, left to right. Keys for tonight's game, definitely, Doug?
I think... early momentum. We've seen Dayton dominate early in play so far this year, so take that momentum and score some goals with it. Don't give up the critical errors like we've seen, and basically finish your passes, smart passes, no giveaways in the back. Taking a look at the Richmond lineup as we kick off, we're underway. In goal, Joe Willis. The defense, Connor Shanaski, William Yambi, Sasha Jarris, and Alex Lee. In the midfield, Samuel Asante, Shea Spitz, and Mike Callahan. Up front for the Richmond Kickers, Luke Vercoloni, Matt Delacotte, and former Dayton Dutch Lion, George Davis IV.
George Davis from Lima, Ohio, played for the Dutch Lions a few years ago, played out with the LA Blues, and this year finds himself in a Kickers jersey. His Kickers are trying to advance the ball. Richmond, a team that has some very experienced players. Gurez has been around for years. Samuel Asante, Deli or Delicati, very tough, but a team, despite the record, as you said moments ago, they won the regular season last year, beat Dayton in the playoffs 1-0, and 9 tries. Dayton has not been able to come out on the win column against Richmond. So it'll be very interesting to see Richmond setting up here, trying a lot of give and go, but Dayton now looking for the counterattack, and that's been a strength for Dayton this year.
Yep, strength on the counterattack and work rate up front, especially Eli Garner. We'll see what he can do tonight, but his work rate, especially a couple weeks ago in the game against Rochester, Eli all over the field and just getting it done on the offensive and defensive ends. You mentioned the depth of the Richmond lineup, names that we've seen in the USL Pro Division for a while, and then you add a scorer like George Davis to that mix. So they scored 8 goals in their first 4 games, so that they are able to put the ball in the net. And so that Dayton defense, which has been tough this year, they will be tested tonight.
As we prep for the game, trying to think of a good nickname for the Dayton defense. I'm going to call the back line the Steel Trap so far, and they definitely need to be up to top billing tonight. Richmond, a team that is very dangerous, trying to through ball there. Wasn't an offsides position. Ball will go out. They will call the offsides call. But interesting setup for tonight's game with Dayton making a couple changes. 3 goals on the year so far. Definitely something that Coach Van Drunen is looking for, more scoring power. And I think one of the keys for tonight, first goal.
Absolutely, and I think it's no surprise that the major change in the lineup tonight is up front. You've got to do something to inject some scoring punch into that lineup.
And no knock on Vickers, who's not getting the start tonight. Dayton, a team that's very versatile in years past, especially as the season winded towards the end with injuries. It looked at a bench that wasn't as solid as need be. But this year, it's not, I have a starting 11. It's like you have a starting 16 or 17. As Richmond looking to advance the ball here, still playing it in play. Looking to cut, looking for help. Nice through ball attempt there in onside position. Tries to put it through. Matt Williams easily able to swallow it up. But good advancement by Richmond. Playing the ball wide, bring Dayton wide, and then feed it back in the middle. Just textbook soccer.
Yes, Asante and Spitz with the kind of give and go there. Spitz just not able to get enough on that cross to send it back towards the middle.
Conditions perfect. It's 76 degrees right now here in Beavercreek, Ohio, live at Miami Valley Hospital Stadium in the 3rd minute. And usually early in the game, teams are feeling it out, but with it being a little bit warmer and the definite need and to get a win or definitely get some good points tonight, these teams will be feeling each other out for about 20 seconds. Now it's play on.
No, absolutely. I mean, I think we saw this last year. And that's a great through ball.
Garner with a chance, going to put it in. And Dayton's going to get his goal in the 3rd minute. Beautiful through ball. Keeper in a bad spot. And Garner's going to put it home here in the 4th minute. And your Dayton Dutch Lions up 1-0 on the Richmond Kickers. Beautiful play. Papa John's instant replay. Just tapped it in. That's all he needed to do. Nothing fancy. And Dayton, we talked about the first goal moments ago, Doug. And that is key. And Richmond right now a little bit shocked.
Yeah, absolutely, and Joe Willis kind of caught out there in no man's land. He made that decision to come out. He didn't beat Garner to the ball. Garner punished him for that mistake.
Eli Garner in the season, that will be his first goal this season. Played 331 minutes into tonight, and that is a key point. We were just talking about their offense. Richmond team, their style, as you can see already early on, a lot of through balls, but Dayton with their defense being so solid and giving up really only 4 goals so far this season, it's going to be tough to crack the Dayton back line.
Well, your key to your first key to the game, score first goal, Dayton on the board 3 minutes in, and it's been a long time since we've seen that. I think I'd have to search back way into last year to find that.
I have to look at the archives for that one. Dayton trying to advance it again, scrum for the ball. Dayton coming away with it, looking to switch fields. Richmond able to steal it away. Getting some high pressure there. More high pressure. Dayton's going to be able to steal it. Might make something out of nothing here. Nice through ball attempt just on the wrong side of the offensive player. And now Richmond looking to advance the ball here in the 5th minute.
And note on that 3rd minute goal for Dayton, the assist going to Joel DeLass with a great ball through. Garner gets on the end of it and buries it.
DeLass, one of the leaders of the Dutch Lions team, missed 2 games due to injuries and a little bit of just not in training form from the injury. Nice to see him back on the field and get a quick assist. Foul on the Dutch Lions. Richmond going to send the ball forward here momentarily. Richmond, a team very tough out of the air. Had some changes in their lineup, had some moves, but when you have a coach like Coach Lee Kawasal, who's won many, many awards, always a very dangerous team.
Yep, well coached and a very strong tradition. They've done well in Open Cup competitions, those sorts of things. So, I mean, you know that and they won the regular season last year, and that's onside. Dangerous lapse in defense there by Dayton. Lucky that shot goes over the net.
6 minutes in the game, both teams having defensive lapses. Goalie Matt Williams would have been in a no man's land, possibly could have brought it down to the feet, unable to do so. And Dayton now, as we're trying to advance the ball forward, nice tap over there. Looking to send it through. Dayton looking to make something happen. Richmond's going to have to tap it out at midfield and slow down the Dayton attack.
Well, we've got Beckham listed as a forward, but he is spending a lot of time in the midfield or even almost, I mean, he's way withdrawn in the lineup as we start.
We checking the scores. 5 games in action, no score as of yet. Pittsburgh and Charleston just underway in the second half. And this game is not only vital for both teams, but definitely for the USL standings. It's going to have a major impact as the season goes on. Hard foul there. Dayton's going to get called for that one. Referee going to have a quick talking to.
Referee Soren Stoika there pointing to his watch saying it's awfully early for that kind of challenge. The other officials tonight, Corey Richardson is assistant referee on the near side. Far side assistant referee is Brandon Artis. And the fourth official tonight is Kyle Most.
We'll listen to the skyward. Richmond looking to flick it on. George taps it away. Smith's going to come down with it, let it go for Matt Williams at the end of his box. And Matt Williams is going to look and see what he's got to work with. And at this point, Dayton really hasn't been tested, the one through ball attempt, but it's one of those times where Dayton's got to keep doing what they're doing, playing the ball wide like they are, and doing an outstanding job. Nice ball there. Nice through ball attempt. A little bit too much on it. Willis is going to be able to snare it. Keeper for the Kickers. A little bit to the frustration of Coach Sid there saying, okay, you got something to work with, make it happen. Don't make the silly pass.
Yeah, Sebastian had a lot of room there. He didn't have to force that ball. There was nobody in the space where he played that. So, and I think Garner was kind of conveying that message. Hey, no need to force that. We had numbers. Let's wait for the attack to. Nice ball there by the referee. But let's wait till the numbers develop before we force that. Far side now for Richmond.
Ball being fed in. Matt Williams going up for it. Headed away. Ball still loose in the box. Richmond looking to see if they can turn and get a shot.
Oh,
get a shot and puts it in. Miscommunication from the Dutch Lions defense there. And Richmond, just like that, tied up in the 9th minute. And we're back to a brand new ball game, 1-1.
Replay coming up here. You'll see that ball swerved in. And Williams starts to come out. It's deflected away. And then just absolutely buried.
Richmond Kickers, a very experienced team, won the table last year in the regular season, a team that if you put the ball top of the box, it's going to end up 9 times out of 10 in the back of the net. So brand new ball game here in the 9th minute. We're live at Miami Valley Hospital Stadium. Pete Zieler joined with Doug Apollomaki, and the Dayton fans a little hushed now as the game is tied up. Credited on that goal.
We've called his name scoring for the Dutch Lions, but tonight it's for Richmond. George Davis IV just with a rocket. Matt Williams, not an opportunity to make that save.
Unassisted, I assume?
Yeah, absolutely. With the giveaway in the back there, no assist on the goal, but Davis makes no mistake when given the opportunity, and we are all knotted up 10 minutes in.
Davis so far coming in tonight's match, 4 games played, 2 goals. Done an outstanding job. Honorable mention for USL Pro Player of the Week. Team of the week, I should say. In the 5th minute, we have a foul there on Dayton. A little bit surprised by that call. Richmond for a goal, looking for a quick strike. Another flick on. Dayton's going to have to clear it. We talked about Dayton's back line. Miscommunication on that goal. Dayton definitely has to regroup against a team like Richmond.
Yeah, we talked about eliminating the key mistakes, crucial mistakes, and that, again, was one of them. And at the pro level, it just takes that one. And just like that, boom, we're tied up.
We saw that 2 weeks ago here at home when Dayton was playing Rochester. It was in the 93rd, 94th minute. Ball came in. Burkhausen was able to be in the right place, the right time. A little controversy with that. Put it in and tied up in that game against Rochester. So we have a brand new ball game here in 11 minutes. The storylines have already been written. And at this point, we talked about first goal.
Now the next first goal.
Next first goal might be what it takes.
Yeah.
Conceivably, you shouldn't see both these teams giving up more than 2 in the match, so the next one could be very key, but we'll see how it plays out, as Richmond's been playing a lot on the right side so far early on in this match.
And have had the better of the possession. They've been able to work forward. I mean, Dayton not really, with the exception of the one through ball, which they did capitalize on, but for the most part, play has been in the Dayton defensive third, and there's going to be another foul.
So Dayton right now winning the lead in fouls, not something they're looking
already
to do. It's a way to slow down Richmond's attack, but it also sets Richmond up for some offensive set play that they're looking to. Looks like a possible flick on here as they're crowded in the middle of the box.
Yeah, from 40 yards out, you're just going to kind of launch that towards the goal and hope somebody gets a flick on. And kind of loose marking in the back. I'm surprised nobody was able to get on the end of that one, because that floated up there, stayed up there for a long time.
Very early, similar to the goal that was scored by Richmond. You have that no man's land about, 12, 13 yards out, and that's a very dangerous spot as the next goalie. You're, what do you do? And
Yeah.
you either got to go for it or hope and pray it gets cleared away.
Yeah, and if you don't make that decision right away and then you decide, oh, I better go, then oftentimes it's too late. And I think that's what we saw at the other end on the Dayton goal.
Richmond right now only playing with 3 members on the back line, pushing forward, pushing pretty wide on the right side. And Dayton's going to try to resettle as they get a throw in here in the 12th minute. All knotted up 1-1 with your Dayton Dutch Lions and the Richmond Kickers. Ball tapped in. George with control, looking for Harada. Dayton now switching, looking to see what they can do coming down the right side.
A lot of pressure from Richmond in the defensive third. And we've seen this from Dayton the last couple of weeks, where they're pressuring the opponents in their defensive third. So tables kind of turned from what Dayton's used to.
In the last possession, it was a 1-on-4. Dayton was able to get it away, but that high pressure is definitely going to cause issues if Dayton does not get the open channels for the pass. Flick attempt on there. Ball in the corner, looking for help, having to be cleared away. And now Richmond's going to get a throw here deep in the defensive end for Dayton. And Dayton just right now a little bit confused about where they need to be set up defensively.
Yeah, Dayton definitely needs to regroup, get their shape back, get their form. Right now, Richmond definitely looks a much more composed side. That's going to be offside. And boy, you take away a couple of silly mistakes like that, Dayton's been on their heels a lot.
It looked too easy to be good. Player in a position where he could have lined up and just almost made it a direct kick. So Dayton played the offensive trap tremendously. And speaking of tremendous things, folks, for scores, stats, news, and more, you can go exclusively on USOProSoccer.com. Ball back in the defensive end for Richmond. Richmond looking again to spread the field, get some high pressure from Dayton. Looking to spread wide. Dayton now putting pressure on. Ball's going to have to go back to Willis. Willis is going to have to clear it away. Headed away by Dayton. Dayton looking to come down with it. Does so. Ball being sky high. Dayton looking to turn options here. Going to have to send it back to Willis. And dangerous play for Richmond. Both teams playing the ball a lot in the air, Doug. And against both these teams, you got to bring it down the feet.
Yeah, definitely down to feet. You play that ball in the air, and there's just this pitch is not very forgiving. You get the sports turf, it plays very fast, so you get that ball up in the air, a lot of speed, a lot of momentum. It's tough to kind of keep it in play, and so we are seeing the ball out a fair amount of time.
Long throw attempt for Richmond. Flick on attempt there. Ball going to corner. It's going to go out for a goal kick. They're going to call corner deflected off Dayton. And Richmond will get the first corner kick of the night here in the 15th minute. Targets definitely of note for Richmond. Kyle Porter, Taylor Kemp, 2 players that definitely have skill in the air and can play it to the feet. So this is a crucial moment of the game as Matt Williams getting the Dayton defense lined up. Ball served in. Richmond looking to head it in. Dayton taps it away. Ball still live in the box. Going to go out. It's going to be a Richmond throw-in. Dayton will have to regroup defensively.
Yeah, they seem to have shored up the marking a little bit in the back.
Davis looking to beat 2 defenders. Ball still live. Ball tapped out. Richmond's going to get the throw there. Dayton looking to see if it touched Davis. Last for Richmond. Beautiful ball in. Richmond seeing what they can do with it. Looking for Davis. Now being trapped in the corner. Does get it through, but it goes to an orange of the Dutch Lions. And now Dayton looking to make something happen here. Foul called on Dayton there.
Handling. He's not very happy about that either.
Had a good chance to advance. It did bounce. Referee's going to have a quick conversation with him. And as a referee, what do you tell the player at this point?
I know you don't like that decision, but it's been made. You got to live with it. Don't show me up, because he did show a little bit of frustration with the call there. But referee Soren Stoika very definite about what he saw there, and he thought Schoenfeld handled it to get around his man.
You like to see the fire in Schoenfeld, though. Dayton with losing a couple forwards last year. They're looking for that identity in offensive front. As the ball is live, Matt Williams is going to get it. And Schoenfeld has definitely been worth his while. He's to send a long ball down to Gardner, see if they can make a foot race out of this.
Well, he had the goal on the PK last week to win the game for Dayton, and I believe it was Schoenfeld that earned the PK.
Schoenfeld taken down in the box, was able to get that PK, send it home, and send Dayton home with the victory. Brought under pressure, taps it away. Dayton looking for through. Schoenfeld with control, plays it through. Gardner looking to make something happen, looks for a through ball. Richmond right place, right time, but great idea by the Dutch Lions. Ball going wide, Davis with room to run. Richmond now slowing the pace down, looking to see what they can do, flicking the ball on. Keep it here on the left side. Now Richmond looking to see what they can set up. Rada putting pressure on. A good high pressure from Dayton at this point.
Yeah, they've kind of pushed out a little bit, but now it's open. That ball's going to be out. I think the most alarming thing I've seen is Richmond being able to feed that ball. Asante looking like he's got a lot of time and space in the midfield for Richmond. He's been very dangerous so far.
Asante, a player that has been near and dear. The Richmond fans, not the Dayton fans, has done some heartbreakers against Dayton years past. 2 assists on the season, 2 shots. Very tough midfielder. And has had tons of accolades in his years in the USL Pro. And that's one thing that Richmond has, a team with a lot of identity, and just like Dayton rebuilding, changing their lineups this year, a lot of new players in. And right now, though, Richmond looking to rebuild. As we talked earlier, Richmond currently 7th in the USL Pro table. Ball here, Williams going to swallow it up. Good through ball attempt. Dayton defends that quite well.
Yeah, and those long balls, those are the ones that just won't sit up. They take that bounce and they just keep skipping. Dangerous ball there. Dangerous change of field by those Dutch Lions in the back. Yeah, and then just left him hanging out to dry, and he's kind of looking like, why would you send me that ball?
Through ball attempt there, looking to make a play out of it, out of nothing. And Dayton again, defense getting a little confused. And now Richmond has, so far earlier in this match, as we're in the 19th minute, very high pressure in the defensive end, and that's caused Dayton to have a little bit of fits defensively. Richmond looking to set up again. Nice ball to right corner. Richmond able to turn, looking to put it through. Davis with a hit ball off the post. Great attempt. And Dayton come away. Luckily, Dayton player takes a tumble. Harada with control, though. Now Dayton looking for a fast break. So Richmond.
Too many holes in the Dayton defense. I mean, Davis looking like a sniper out there. He buried the first opportunity and then clangs that one off the post. We could be at 2-1 here very easily.
Update from Pittsburgh. 60 minutes in, Charleston, Pittsburgh scoreless at 0-0. Carter heads it back. Dayton looking to turn, looking to see if they need to switch fields. Dayton being bumped off the ball.
A little bit of a knock there, a little bit of a foul. Referee decided not to call it. He's like, you guys get retained possession. But I think Dayton would have rather had the free kick there.
Richmond settle back defensively, spread the field, and again, a lot of long balls looking for Davis again.
I think that's Asante again, and he's got time to turn and do whatever he wants.
Asante be able to turn, and him and Davis switching off a little bit, and that might be one of the connections of how Richmond has been able to cause Dayton defensive fits. So fans, want to remind you, visit the USL Pro fan page on Facebook at facebook.com/USL Pro. A lot of games in action tonight. We'll get the scores to you as we get them. 5 games, we'll run down those momentarily, but right now Dayton looking to make something happen. Dayton with control. Richmond taps it away, and yet again playing the ball wide, which has been Richmond's operation. Miss kick there, Dayton with a chance. Shot there just goes wide, but again, defensive lapses on both ends. And
Schoenfeld in the right place at the right time, picks up on that, and is able to get in behind the last line of defense. Slots a shot, looking for that far post, and we'll take a look at the Papa John's instant replay. Ball bounces through. Schoenfeld gets a foot on it. Just slides it wide, though. I think Willis had that covered if it was going to be on goal.
Dayton skies for it here. It's going to be another throw-in for Richmond, and so far on the throw-in battle, Richmond has repeatedly been able to get the throw-ins and been doing some nice through balls with it. So Dayton's defense going to have to make something happen, but as Harada has control, Dayton's starting to push forward a little bit more. Defense is starting to tighten up a little bit. And Dayton with room to run as Boland plays the ball forward.
Good job by Schoenfeld to check back, but then poor touch on that return pass back to Boland.
Davis leaving the ball there. While we have a quick moment, action tonight. Charleston will be at Pittsburgh. We mentioned that, 0-0 in the 60th minute. Charlotte is at Wilmington, Orlando City at Oklahoma City Energy, and Harrisburg City Islanders at Sacramento. Last night's action, the Chicago Fire Reserve beat the Charlotte Eagles 3-2, and the LA Galaxy and Arizona tied 1-1. Dayton being bumped off the ball there. The call throw in there. Good defensive play. Good play, being right position, right time, shielding the ball away. And Richmond again looking to advance the ball, gaining control a lot off throw-ins. Referee says play on. Ball attempt there. Nice ball. Dayton looking for help. Ryder with the ball, looking to play it through to Gardner. Looking for a give and go. And Doug, tough play to make, and you would have to have perfect execution for that play.
Now you're hanging Eli Gardner out to dry on that one with that ball. I mean, there's no way you can bring it down and be expected to do something with that. That ball was just hit way too hard. That's in the back. Yeah.
Be a foul on Richmond. Dayton going to get a shot here about 35, 40 yards up, setting up. Be interesting to see who sets up that play. DeLass has been one that has taken the ball before. Probably be DeLass. Could be Gardner. Looks like Gardner is going to be the one to set this up. At this point, a little bit off the left side here. Go right for goal.
I don't think you're going to see a strike on goal, but I'd like to see somebody take a run and maybe a decoy run through. You got to look for Schoenfeld. I mean, he's so big and strong up front.
Through ball attempt there, goes right to the keeper. Missed opportunity. Gardner pointing to the player saying,
somebody's got to make that run.
Someone's got to make that run. Gardner did the best he can. And now we have a foot race on. This ball being back played in. Dayton's going to have to tap it away. He's back on defense. Richmond another throw-in.
Shane Smith's not going to lose too many foot races out there.
No, he's not. Did the best that he could. Richmond looking to turn. Ball deflected off on the shot. Richmond still with control in the box. Deflected again by Dayton, and Dayton looking now to see what they can press forward with.
Good job by Beckham to switch to Fields. Gets it out of traffic, and great switch of Fields. Boland needs to take that space now.
Interior with the ball, play it to Harada. Harada's got a little bit of room, just a little bit too much in front of him, unable to bring it down. And now Richmond looking to switch. Davis looking to run onto the ball. Actually, that's Asante. No, it is Davis. Davis looking to make a cut. Looking if he's going to strike one, deflected away. And Davis still with control of the ball, looking to serve one up. Does so just too high for Richmond. Richmond still looking to run it down. Ball's going to go out for a corner kick for Richmond.
Davis has been very dangerous here this first 25 minutes or so. In addition to the goal, I mean, he's every positive attack Richmond has generated. Davis has been a key part of it. He's been very dangerous.
Richmond serving the ball here in the 25th minute. Head ball there, and Richmond comes away with a goal. That's simple. Puts it in. Goal for the Papa John's instant replay.
I thought that hit side netting, but apparently not.
Dayton knew it when it went in. Mismarked here. Beautiful ball played in. Just tapped in. That simple. Ball comes in. Tapped in. Dayton a little befuddled here in the 26th minute, Doug.
Yep, I mean, poor marking. You've got to get a body on that. That first touch has to be Dayton coming out. It can't be Richmond scoring on that 26th minute.
26th minute.
I believe that might have been Shinosky that got credit for that goal. I will double check on that.
Back to live action. Dayton fans here at Miami Valley Hospital Stadium in Beavercreek, Ohio, stunned by that play. Textbook play went in, tapped it in. And Richmond now up 2-1 on your Dayton Dutch Lions. Delicati being credited for that goal. A very wiry veteran for Richmond, been around for many years, been a thorn in the side of Dayton. Delicati is going to get credited for that goal in the 27th minute. And Dayton right now, Doug, as coach, Sid Vendruno, if you're in his shoes, what do you tell your players?
You got to shake it off. I mean, you certainly got to go forward now. You really can't give up anymore this half. I mean, we still have 20 minutes to play in the first half. So, I mean, you still have almost half of the first 45 to play. Go back to what's successful. And I mean, to be honest, though, Dayton really hasn't generated a whole lot of offense yet. I mean, the one through ball ended up in the goal. Other than that, they haven't had a whole lot of structured attack. So they've got to struggle. They've got to come up with a new plan, and they've got to do better in the midfield, because right now Richmond is just dominating the midfield. And you win the midfield battle, that turns into scoring opportunities. So Dayton's got to reverse that trend.
With Asante in the midfield, Delicati and Davis kind of playing a hybrid midfield position. We have a through ball attempt here from Dayton. Willis able to snare top of his box. Richmond's midfield very skilled, and they are not going to give away the chances. And as you said just moments ago, Dayton has got to capitalize. They get a chance, they got to put one through. Richmond looking to flick it on again. Dayton's able to come away with it. Little pressure there. Now Dayton's going to have to regroup. Give and go there. Dayton with an opportunity here, seeing what they can do with this. Still with control, Richmond retreating defensively. And now Dayton has some options. Last with the ball. Getting bumped off the ball. Referee says play on. Dayton taps it away. It'll be a Richmond throw-in. Dayton again got to play the ball to feet at a slower pace. A little bit too much on the touch.
Yep. And if you're Dayton, you look for one positive. You take a look. I mean, it's not like Richmond doesn't give up goals. They've given up 7 in their first 4 games, so they can be scored upon. And Dayton's already hit the back of the net once.
Willis coming in the game has played one game, played a full 90 with a 2.0 goal against average, as we have a Richmond player being called for the foul, and Dayton's going to set up just a little bit past midfield. And as you talked about earlier in the game, this is where Dayton has to make something. Ball's in the air. They got to make something happen here.
Yep. You want to win the second ball. I mean, obviously you get to the first ball, but it's going to be key who wins that second ball as it's served in. And I think they're going to call Schoenfeld with the push there.
Richmond team down a deficit in the 4th minute as Dayton got the first goal. Richmond scoring 2 unanswered goals since then. And Richmond team, they fought back from a 2-0 deficit to get a 2-2 draw at Pittsburgh on April 19th. So a team, even though they've been down, can come back in quick order. And so far in the half, as we're in the 29th minute, Doug, Richmond scoring 2 goals, but 2 goals maybe shouldn't have been there.
Well, Dayton's just got to be stronger and tighter in the back. It's plain and simple. And there's another through ball, not offside, but again, not able to, and didn't chase it down. It's going to go over the end line for a goal kick. But Spitz with a nice run through, and it was Spitz that got the assist on that second goal as he took the corner that ended up in the back of the net after being flicked on by Delicati.
The last ball, Beckham was looking for a player to make a run through. No one went through. A ball went to corner.
That's what's been missing from the Dayton attack tonight. Nobody's making that last run through. With the exception of when Garner got on the end for the goal, that run hasn't been there all night. But it's certainly been here the other direction. There's Asante coming out.
Asante showing his speed, but Matt Williams, the veteran, very skilled, right place, right time, able to take that away. As Dayton makes a defensive lapse there. And Richmond's going to take a strike, sends it far wide and high. Richmond looking to make something out of nothing, and Dayton comes away with a goal kick. So defensive lapses, we've had them there, but, you know, Still have plenty of time left in the match.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you're down 2-1. It's certainly not the end of the world. But I think what I find more disheartening, if you're looking at it from a Dayton perspective, is, again, like Schoenfeld here, back to the goal. He does get the flick on there, but they need to connect a little bit more in that attacking third. Right now, it's just very disjointed once they get out of the midfield.
Dayton will regroup, sending the ball back to Matt Williams. Referee's going to make a call there.
Call the push, push on Dayton.
So play on, but wasn't able to play it on. So
yep, advantage not realized, so they'll bring it back, give Richmond the free kick.
You use those brilliant technical words.
Dazzle you with those words.
You do
that have
dazzle
a lot of
me.
syllables. Yep.
Maybe it's your eyes. All right, back to the action. 31st minute, Miami Valley Hospital Stadium. Richmond Kickers 2-1 over Dayton. Looking to see something happen here. Ball headed away by Dayton. Gardner looking to come down with it. Him and Davis battling for it. Richmond able to come away with it, but Dayton really high pressure there.
Garner with a little tap on the back of George's heels there. George took exception to it, looked over towards the referee like, hey, he's all over me here. There he's pointing again, yeah. Didn't go unnoticed, put it that way.
Davis, after he left the Dutch Lions, went out and played in L.A. Even though it's been a few years, you always have that little bit in the back of your head when to show up your old team.
Sure.
Dayton heading the ball forward, looking to bring it down. Looking for help. Foul there on Richmond. Looking to play the ball, played the foot. Richmond's going to retreat defensively, and Dayton now is going to set up. Schoenfeld and Gardner, possible targets here, possible through, looking for Schoenfeld to make the run. Schoenfeld being a target.
Nobody home again.
Nobody home. A little miscommunication there. Fans, speaking of communication, I want to remind you, make sure to follow USO Pro on Twitter for all the latest updates. As Matt Williams is going to come out at the end of his box, get that ball away as it's shielded away.
And we talk about those balls going through and nobody there. I'm not going to totally throw the Dayton offense under the bus. I mean, you got to chalk it up to the Richmond defense too, because obviously the defense is getting in those lanes, not allowing those runs through as well.
Richmond a tough team defensively, as Matt Williams is definitely getting pressure from the ball there. We'll have to send it out. And George Davis can take a throw in, gets the ball back, and him and Garner battled moments ago. But Richmond definitely playing a very wide game tonight. As Asante in another foot race will be in an offsides position. Dayton's going to get the kick. Fans, also want to remind you, every USO Pro regular season and playoff game will stream live on YouTube in 2014. Features include DVR, chat, social media interactivity. Subscribe free to Dayton Dutch Lions YouTube channel today. We'd like to thank everyone for watching the stream here. Excellent job from the crew, Dave and the rest of the bunch. And we're in the 34th minute. We talk about excellence and Dayton looking to make something excellent happen here. Being shielded away, Dayton was hoping to get the throw there, but Richmond will get a throw in their defensive end. And Schoenfeld having a couple more comments for the referee, maybe asking him what he's doing for dinner. Probably not, though.
Yeah, probably not. Not at this point.
That'll be later on.
He called a foul, actually. They're not going to start with a throw. He called a foul.
Dayton's captain will come up and ask what the information is there and why that is the case. While we have a moment, fans, we run through the games on Saturday. We got 2 games in action tomorrow. Charleston will be at Rochester. Charleston playing tonight in Pittsburgh, so they got a lot of traveling to do. And the LA Galaxy will be at the Orange County Blues FC tomorrow night, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock out on the West Coast. Misplayed there by Dayton. Dayton takes the Richmond, takes the strike. Ball didn't play where they want. Another defensive lapse. Dayton come away with nothing. Matt Williams voicing his frustration there in the 34th minute. Dayton at this point needs to settle down. They're starting to get some of the opportunities.
That's just a little bit sloppy in the back, though. I mean, those kinds of mistakes are going to lead to more goals.
Matt Williams get his foot into the ball. Here looking to put the ball on the Schoenfeld, does so. Gardner with control of it. Now Dayton making a run. Harada coming up from midfield. A little bit too much on it. but Dayton will still get some high pressure, but Richmond again, quick striking. Schofield looking to send it through to him, unable to do so. Shane Smith's going to head it forward, and now it's just kind of a ping-pong match. But Richmond brings it down the feet, and now looking to make some runs as Davis makes a run, has the ball. Davis looking to see what he can do with it, lays it off. Richmond still with control, trying to be bumped off the ball. Nice play there. Tries to put it through. Player was in an offsides position. And ball's going to be last touch, though, by Dayton. And Richmond yet again with another throw-in.
Yep, Richmond continues to retain possession in the Dayton end of the field.
Nice ball to corner, being held. Davis looking to switch one up, tries to put it over to Williams. Too high over the goal. Not a really high percentage shot from that angle.
High percentage, but still not a bad idea as well.
Good bend to it, and you never know, stranger things can happen.
Here comes the instant replay on that. You'll see this ball doesn't go over the net by that much. Nice strike by Davis. Had a little bit of a bend to it.
Fans, I want to remind you for score, stats, news, and more exclusively on USLPro.com as the sun's setting here in Beavercreek, Ohio, live at Miami Valley Hospital Stadium. Your Dayton Dutch Lions are down 2-1. First goal on. Richmond with 2 unanswered, and Dayton right now looking to make something happen as Gardner's looking for help. Lays it off to Harada. Harada lays it off to Beckham. Gardner looking for control, has control, and Dayton now offensively looking to make something happen. Being tapped off the ball. Ball still in play. And back to Smith. Back to George. Dayton will have to regroup, send it all the way back to Matt Williams. Ball's going to be back to Williams. Richmond, sneaky quick.
Yeah, and if you're Richmond, I'm content to let Dayton knock it around in the back, and then there's the giveaway. So now Richmond retains possession. So, and is Asante wide open out here on this left wing for Richmond. All they need to do is get him the ball. It'd take a big change of fields at this point, but he's basically out here unmarked at this point.
Vane taps it forward, tries to bring it down. Misplayed. Richmond comes away with it. Put it through the left flank. Looking to make a cut. Possible strike there. Puts it through in the box. Davis looking to make something happen. Gets a lot of pressure. Ball back. Richmond looks to put it through and tapped away. And Dayton now wanting to see what kind of counterattack they can have. And after the scrum, Dayton comes away with it. Dayton with the run, though. It's a 3-on-4. Puts it through for Gardner, see if he can make a run on, and Willis able to snare it up.
They don't have the numbers. That's just the result of being back on your heels for most of this first half. And then just when you go to counterattack, you just don't have the numbers there to do anything.
Richmond again attempting to use that left side. Be interesting to see what Coach Cowlisel saw in the pregame and through the tapes. Was right side early on. Now a lot of left side as Dayton's going to get bumped player off the ball. Richmond will get a kick just at midfield. And when we get to halftime, it'll be very interesting to see how both teams come out in the second half. But Richmond right now in control, 2-1. Ball down to Davis to the corner. Gains control of it. Nope. Referee didn't signal it was out. Yes, he did. It'd be a throw-in for Dayton. Another sneaky opportunity from Davis, but just a little bit too much on that ball, and he was unable to control with it.
Davis felt he should have done better with that to keep that in play. But I think number one thing, if I'm Dayton head coach Sid Van Drunen, when I get in the locker room at halftime, is 28 and 11. Davis and Asante just have way too much space. There are times where they're playing a two-man game around the 18, and that just cannot happen in the second half. If you've got to shadow them, whatever, to cut off that distribution, but right now they've just got way too much room to operate, and it's resulted in a lot of dangerous chances for Richmond.
40th minute, Dayton looking to make a push forward. Misplayed there, and Richmond again quick on the counterattacking, and Richmond with room to run, plays it through, nice ball. George looking to defend it. Matt Williams, beautiful save. Shane Smith can do nothing but clear that ball away. Beautiful save by Matt Williams. But Richmond quick counterattacking, and again, ball's already in play. Beautiful ball to the corner, have room to set up. Richmond serves it in. Dayton taps it away. Richmond looking for a handball. Dayton able to tap it away, and defensive player for Dayton not in a position where he was going to handle it for the advantage, but Gardner taking advantage right now with the run. Cutting through. Harada with the ball. Beautiful through ball there. Put it tapped in, just left side, just missed, but great opportunity by Dayton in the 41st minute.
Most you've had to be excited about it from Dayton's side of the ledger for the last 15, 20 minutes.
And it all started with Gardner, as you see the instant replay, just cutting through like a knife through butter.
Lays just cutting through out of there
and lays it off
nice
beautifully. So that'll sit in the back of your mind next time Dayton makes a run. Richmond's had the advantage defensively, but that'll be in the back of your mind, saying, wow, Dayton can quick counterattack. But Richmond, again, keep on firing, and they're going to end up getting a throw in here in the 41st minute. Again, we're at Miami Valley Hospital Stadium. The visiting Richmond Kickers 2, your Dayton Dutch Lions 1. And Asante and Davis, it's like a two-man group.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get $10 every time we say their name. That cut into your paycheck by a good million, though.
Yeah, no, I'm looking back, and in the production booth, I don't know that we're getting any approval yet on that one. So
we'll take it up at the next board meeting.
Well, there's always halftime we can talk about.
There's always halftime. 42nd minute, getting to halftime. Probably won't have too much extra time added on. Dayton finds itself down 2-1 here at home. Dayton currently third in the table. Richmond seventh. Dayton, though, despite having some defensive lapses, keep on firing, keep on moving. And that's where the coaching comes in. Halftime, make the adjustments, and Dayton, if not sooner, will be back in this game very quickly.
Another giveaway. Terrier's got to come down with that cleanly. This time a little better, but Richmond right there to challenge. High pressure, and it's been very, very effective for the Kickers. Nobody knows whose ball it is.
No one knows. Referee knows. He's saying it's going to be Dayton's ball. And Guerra's a player from midfield. Guerra's, Davis, and Asante working that left side. 3 veterans, USL Pro, and that makes it very tough. Ball still in play.
Great
Davis
tackle.
comes down with it. Now Asante looking to make something happen. Takes a strike, goes off George. Shane Smith looks to push it forward. Dayton switches fields. No one home. Gardner's going to have to come back from a forward position. Does so, and now starts pushing forward. Great turn. He gives it to Beckham. Back to Gardner. Gardner looking to make something happen. Looking for help, and then needs to lay it off. Lays it to Harada.
Bolin making the run.
Bolin making beautiful run, looking to serve one up. Does so. Back post, see what can happen. Richmond taps it away, but Dayton's going to get a scoring opportunity here in the 44th minute.
A little bit better from the Dutch Lions there.
They say last touch by Dayton, a little surprise there. And Richmond will get the throw in the 44th minute. George with control. Can play it back to center defender. Gets control of it. And now looks to see what he can do with the ball. He's going to have to switch field in Richmond's defense. Pushing back defensively here, not wanting to concede a goal before halftime. Beckham with control. Plays it back. Dayton trying to figure out which side to work from. Beckham does a give and go. To Gardner. Gardner looking to see what he has to work with. Puts it through to Beckham. Beckham getting pressure on. Through ball attempt there. Nice tap away by George. Dayton looking to come down with it, but Richmond does. And we are just about to go into the 45th minute in the first half. Richmond will slow it down. You can see Asante on the far left side calling for the ball. He has room to work with if he can get the ball to him. Long ball there. It's going to go back to Williams. Player would have been in offsides position. Extra time.
1 minute.
Just 1 minute.
Yep.
Dayton with one more opportunity offensively here. Looks like Williams will send it forward. goes out. Richmond throw in. Richmond will definitely slow down the pace and go into halftime with a 2-1 lead. But
they got another shot here with numbers and space.
we talked about Asante with the ball, looking to see what he can do with it, looking to cut it, being pressured. But Richmond now looking for a give and go. Top of the box, goes into the box. Davis with a strike. Beautiful turn, beautiful shot, just sails over. And great opportunity for George Davis, and just missed by a few feet.
Look at the replay, and you'll see again Davis with just great work inside to get that shot off. Nice turn. Just fires high.
Davis, one of the best in the ability to turn the ball in the entire USL Pro. Scrum at half field. Richmond comes down with it, looking to slow it down and see what they can do. A nice through ball there, and Davis with control again. And Richmond's looking for more right before halftime, and that is halftime. As Dayton saved by the halftime whistle. Your halftime score here at Miami Valley Hospital Stadium. The Richmond Kickers 2, the Dayton Dutch Lions 1. We have some halftime festivities, and Doug and I will be back after the break. See you momentarily.
7,220 erupt.
There's a company the Miami Valley can count on to shed light on new ways to conserve, to help empower our region, to help take the first steps into the future. Our rebates on new air conditioners and heat pumps, discounts on CFLs, and free refrigerator recycling are just a few ways you can save both money and energy. Tomorrow starts today with DP&L.
Having fun at the supermarket is one thing. Making time to do it is another. That's why Dr. Sears suggests Step 9. Add a whole food-based supplement to the family diet.
There's no substitute for just wholesome, real, whole foods. The fact is, children have erratic eating habits, and we don't live in an ideal world.
That's why Dr. Sears recommends Juice Plus to his patients.
The difference about Juice Plus is from 17 different fruits and vegetables. all conveniently packaged in a little capsule. Many vitamins, many minerals, and many phytonutrients, all those acting together. Even though Juice Plus comes in a capsule and could be perceived as a pill, it really belongs in the skills model, because Juice Plus helps the body muster up its own internal medicine. The fruits and vegetables in Juice Plus are natural phytos, those phytonutrients we talk about, the immune boosters. Juice Plus is like an insurance policy to make sure you get the necessary or optimal level of all these immune boosters. I found out about Juice Plus through my wife. I was recovering from colon cancer. And one night after chemotherapy and radiation, I sat down at the table and my wife shows me these 4 little capsules, 2 pink and 2 green. I said, Martha, what are these? And she said, never mind, just take them. So I simply took them. But being a doctor, I said, I got to find out what's in these capsules. So I started studying about Juice Plus. And I looked at the science of Juice Plus, reputable journals showing how much healthier people are after taking Juice Plus. And then I thought, if it helps me, I want my whole family to take it. And then I started using it in our pediatric practice, and I noticed the health differences. One of the things that impressed me about Juice Plus is how well researched it is. Many companies spend a lot on advertising and not very much on basic research. Juice Plus was just the opposite. Little on advertising, a lot on research. As a doctor, that impressed me. And what really impressed me is the effects I've seen in my pediatric practice. I would take children who were sick all the time, who had terrible eating habits, and put them on Juice Plus, and then moms would come in maybe a year later and say, the reason, Dr. Bill, you haven't seen us so often is because my child is so much healthier after taking Juice Plus. Parents would say, you know, Dr. Bill, something surprisingly happened. When my child started taking Juice Plus, my child would eat more fruits and vegetables. I said, wow, that's interesting. So back to the books. Why? I was curious. Why would children willingly eat more fruits and vegetables after taking Juice Plus? And I found it's the old concept of metabolic programming. It's like you're giving the child all these fruits and vegetables, and the body says, wow, that's good for me. Give me more.
Welcome back. Halftime festivities over. We're live at Miami Valley Hospital Stadium. Your Dayton Dutch Lions find themselves down 2-1 to the Richmond Kickers. We'll recap some stats momentarily. And as we went to halftime, Dayton, a team that really a little frustrated as they had the first goal in the 4th minute and gave up 2 unanswered goals to Richmond. Richmond team had a lot of room to run, so we got some stats to you here momentarily. Doug, unofficially, we have goal scoring and some tallies, and we will have some lineup changes.
Yep, at least one substitution being made. We'll catch that as we can. Contrary to popular opinion, we don't have zeros across the board for stats. Unofficially, Dayton with 3 shots in the first half and 9 fouls. Fouls started to mount up there in the first half. I think we both agree on that. Richmond with 8 shots, 4 fouls, and 2 corner kicks. And we are underway second half. Scoring breakdown, Dayton on the board first in the 3rd minute, Eli Garner. George Davis equalized in the 8th minute. And then the goal was credited, the go-ahead goal, to Matt Delicott for Richmond. We stand 2-1 as we start the second half. Second half substitution for Dayton. I'll let you give the breakdown on that because it's a new face to the Dayton Dutch Lions, but it's a name that a lot of soccer fans, especially of our age and older, they'll recognize the name.
You calling me old?
I'm not calling you old. I call me old before I call you old.
A name that resonates through the world of soccer, Cruyff, grandson of the great Cruyff soccer player.
Johan Cruyff, my first World Cup I ever watched, 1974.
And when you were 60 years old.
Exactly.
Anyway, Cruyff, his grandson, played a little bit before last game. Just his end to the game, playing left forward. Gardner's going to switch over to the right side. That substitution has been made as Dayton's looking to go right to left and Richmond's holding left to right. Richmond's got that 2-1 lead, so we have a substitution. Cruyff will be into the match. Out of the match will be...
I'm trying to find on the Dayton lineup who's no longer in the game.
We'll get that figured out momentarily. But right now, speaking of figuring out, Dayton with some defensive lapses. Richmond gave away an easy goal in the 4th minute. But Dayton now settling down, trying to get some stuff settled in as we do have stats on the board. Richmond 7 shots. Dayton 4 corners. Richmond 4-0. Goals 2-1 as we mentioned, and fouls 7-4. No cautions, no dismissals. A heady game, a little heated at times, but good soccer.
Yeah, definitely. Richmond definitely the better play. Time of possession, they had the ball in Dayton's offensive third or defensive third for a good chunk of the first half.
Referee getting repositioned, bringing the ball up for a direct kick. Little miscommunication between the referee, bringing the ball up. And as a referee, that always never knew the advantage of 4 feet, but that's me.
Depends on the spot of the field it's on. Here, 4 feet, 4 yards doesn't make a whole lot of difference.
Well, my shooting range was about 6 inches, so, didn't matter to me. But what matters now is Dayton trying to make something happen. Cruyff with the ball, looking to make a cut. Getting bumped off the ball beautifully by the Richmond defender, and Richmond will come away with a goal kick. We have 2 score updates. Full-time Pittsburgh and Charleston tied 0-0, and in the 15th minute, Wilmington and Charlotte also they're at 0-0. But the final score again from Pittsburgh at Highmark Stadium, the Pittsburgh and Charleston 0-0. Taylor Bolin, defender / midfielder for Dayton, out.
Substituted, taken off a defender and put on another attacker. I think they've dropped. Garner back a little bit more into a midfield role.
And he kind of played that hybrid midfield position, did an excellent job. But Dayton coming out a little bit strong here, looking to make something happen. We mentioned Cruyff got into the game. Cruyff on the season so far had played 20 minutes in the last match, did not tally any stats besides minutes played. But Dayton team has a late game magic, 49th minute. Dayton playing definitely wider, as you can see the start of the second half. And Richmond right now, kind of going slow, feeling Dayton out, seeing what substitutions they have. And with only 20 minutes of game tape on Cruyff, one of the substitutes, you're not going to see what happens too much. But Dayton right now, a little bit defensive lapses again, trying to clear that ball. Able to do so, but had some high pressure. And Richmond starting to seek back as Cruyff way alone on the left side, looking for some help, looking to see if Dayton can switch it. Dayton defensively is just going to have to play it long as they are going to try here. It does not get there And Richmond now looking to make their first offensive push of the second half. Beautiful through ball to corner. Being pressured by Smith here. He's going to have to hold. Dayton taps it away and actually comes away with the ball. But Richmond steals it yet again. Smith's going to have to close. And Richmond's going to get a corner kick out of this. So Dayton, good job getting back on the defense. At that point, right place, right time, the Richmond defender. And Dayton could do nothing but tap the ball out. As Richmond's going to have a corner kick. And last time they had this opportunity, Doug, it was pay dirt for Richmond as Delicati put one in. And Dayton looking to not see that repeat again as we're in the 50th minute. And Richmond with their first good scoring opportunity here. As we will have a substitution. Interesting timing of the substitution. Could be an injury. We'll get to that momentarily after the play.
I'm surprised by that substitution as Asante is the one coming off for Richmond. He was very, very dangerous, very effective in the first half.
Beautiful ball in there. Head ball again. Dayton not able defensively to be right on their man. It's headed wide. Dayton will come away with a goal kick. But again, marking a little bit of confusion back there. And you and I both here in the booth a little confused. Asante, player of the game, maybe barring an injury. He's seen the trainer a little bit. Maybe took a knock, a nick, or pulled something. But Asante, dangerous player for Richmond, out of the game. And coming in for him, Cristiano Francois is into the game. We'll get his stats momentarily as Dayton's pushed off the ball and is going to get a free kick.
Francois with a couple of assists on the season. He's played a little over 90 minutes.
Not a substitution for defense at this point. Richmond still is going to go for blood here, try to make something happen. But as we start the second half, Doug, we're now into the 52nd minute. The pace has slowed down.
It has. Certainly not as frantic and frenetic as when we started the match. We had a couple of goals almost by this point in the first half. So both teams kind of settled in here and looking to try and take an advantage here and get things moving forward. Richmond, again, setting up shop here in the midfield. And that's intended for Spitz, but the ball goes a little bit long. Matt Williams will scoop that up.
I think Matt Williams called him off, said he wasn't going to get there at the right time. George with the ball. He's going to switch fields. Dayton's going to have a little bit of room defensively to work with as Richmond's marking it wide. And again, the pace slows down. 53rd minute. Dayton finds himself down 2-1. We'll update scores from other matches as they come in. We got some, of course, on the West Coast. Won't be able to get to them before end of the broadcast, but we will update you with scores as they come in. Long ball there, definitely in an offsides position. .30 minutes in at the Wilmington and Charlotte game is still scoreless. Dayton looking for a give and go here, backheeled by Richmond. Dayton looking to put pressure off the ball, send it long, send it out, send it to nobody. But again, it gives you time for a defense to set up. Dayton with a back heel there, looking to make a turn. Bumped off the ball. Garner still with control of it, cuts it back beautifully, feeds the ball back post. Players overran it. It's going to go out for a throw-in for Richmond. But you like to see that.
Yeah,
they trying to make some chances.
Nice cut back there by Garner. Created himself some space and an opportunity to serve that ball across. You'd like to see ideally somebody coming from the midfield, a runner on that far side to cover that back post area.
And with Garner switching to midfields, that causes definitely some defensive confusion for Richmond as Dayton has really stepped up their offense in the half and starting to push forward. Willis with control of the ball, scooped up here momentarily. And we'll send the ball towards midfield in just seconds. Fans, want to remind you, scores, stats, news, and more exclusively on USLProSoccer.com. Right now, Richmond with a fast break, getting bumped off the ball. Referee looks like he may be signaling for a PK.
That's going to be a send-off, too. Yep.
And it's going to be a send-off. So as Willis sends the ball down, we'll go to the replay. Richmond's going to get an opportunity, and Smith had no choice but to bump him off. Doug, if you want to take the replay.
Yeah, absolutely. Ball through, and Dayton gets caught. Smith from behind, last defender. Tackle from behind, and that is, I mean, there's no argument. Nobody can have an argument on that one. That's definitely denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Referee Soren Stoika has no other option but to send off Shane Smith. Dayton will play down a man, and Williams will have to face a penalty kick here.
We'll see who that kicker is momentarily, but Smith being sent off. Ball took a bad bounce, tried to play the ball, definitely did not in the box, and any referee would catch that, and it definitely was a very valid call. And as we're in the 55th minute, dead ball here, and Richmond looking to take a commanding 3-1 lead. Matt Williamson goal is prepared. Richmond looking to take the kick. Lining up, referee gives them the go. And the kick is underway. Richmond buries it left corner, and Richmond in the 56th minute up 3-1. And Dayton finds himself down not only 2 goals, Doug, also a man down.
Yeah, this is a huge mountain now for Dayton to climb, as we will take a look at the replay. And it was buried. Williams guessed the right direction, but penalty kick by Luke Vercolone. Buried, and Dayton now down 3-1.
Vercolone coming into today's match, 4 games. That is his first scoring opportunity. And he gets the PK. Richmond, as you mentioned, up 3-1. We do have a substitution for the Dayton Dutch Lions. Beckham will be out, and Finley will be stepping onto the pitch.
And, you know, Beckham got the start tonight, and for the most part has really not been that much of a factor with the Dayton attack. So we'll see if Finley, making his appearance in the lineup, will inject some life into the Dayton attack. Dayton certainly needs it now, looking at the short end of a 3-1 score.
And no fault to Beckham, just Richmond has had a great game plan and was just able to snarl any attack as George is having to tap the ball away. And Dayton right now defensively is going to have to play a man down, and offensive chances are going to be few and far between, and Dayton is going to have to make something out of nothing. Dayton looking to turn, Richmond not retreating as they need to, as they are a man up. Harada holds the ball, plays it back, and Dayton looking to see what channel they can go to, and they'll have to reset it back to Matt Williams. Greif with a touch to Cherry. Greif looking to make a run, being bumped off the ball beautifully by Richmond. And now Richmond looking to turn. Davis with the ball, passes it off. Richmond now can press forward, even with the extra man, as one of the defenders is coming up. And looking to see what he can do. Ball goes by Davis. Richmond looking for a through flick on there. Great opportunity. Dayton defensively is just going to have to hold. Francois looks to send it through. Ball still live in the box. Matt Williams going to try to snare it before it goes out. Does so. Nice feed off, and Dayton now looking to counter strike. But numbers are just not there, Doug.
And it looks like with Smith being sent off, they've had to move Terrier back to the back 4. So now it's Terrier, Kevon George, Shintaro Harada, and Brock Granger across the back for Dayton. Cruyff now working back kind of to a midfield position to receive that ball, as Dayton will possess briefly here on their left side. Looking up top, you still have Garner running up front, Schoenfeld definitely up front, and Finley right now in an attacking position for Dayton. Leaves the midfield awfully bare. You see Joel DeLass dropped in kind of with the fullbacks.
But Dayton again can make something happen. A nice turn here, beautiful ball. Cruyff with control, looking to cut in, see what he can do in the box. Defenders keep backpedaling, and it's still a very dangerous position for Richmond, and they're able to come away with it as the ball deflects out. It will be a goal kick for Richmond.
It might be a throw-in over there.
They're going to call throw. Fans, want to remind you, make sure to follow at USO Pro on Twitter for all the latest updates. Also, please visit the USO Pro fan page on Facebook at facebook.com USL Pro. Richmond with a commanding 3-1 lead, and also with an extra man as Dayton's Shane Smith was sent off moments ago for a hard foul in the box. And at this point, Doug, all the halftime speeches you give as coach, thrown out the window.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, because within 10 minutes you've gone down a man and given up another goal. So now it's just throw as many numbers as you can forward, and the last with a nice win and a shot. It's blocked. Garner will take that rebound. But for Dayton, you're going to be susceptible to the counterattack here, and we'll see as Richmond gets going now. And that's Spitz. He's had speed all night. Nicely broken up, but Richmond's still on the ball. Davis sends one through. Spitz is just offside, though.
Just offsides by a few inches, but great opportunity for Richmond. Dayton able to pull the trap very close, and Dayton with a quick strike and trying to send it forward, but Richmond again able to get back, but Dayton with control, pushing forward. Ball laid off to Kreif. Kreif's going to feed one in. Head beautiful ball, just sails wide. Great combination, Doug.
Much better from the Dayton Dutch Lions there. Finley and Kreif combining. Finley knocking the header just wide, and we'll take a look at the Papa John's instant replay. Finley up the middle of the field. Nice ball out to the flank. Kreif with the one-time cross. Finley nods it just wide of the net.
Great opportunity for Dayton, especially with a man down. Willis is going to send it forward for the visiting Richmond Kickers. And Dayton here is going to be counterattack, and then more counterattack is going to be their only option. Ball goes back defensively. They'll play it back to Matt Williams. Matt Williams, keeper for Dayton, going to send it wide. But at this point, Richmond doesn't need to press. If they can make that pass, Doug, 4-1 could very well happen.
And with all the room they had to operate the first half, now you're minus a defender for the Dayton Dutch Lions, so should give them that much more room. Another offside call, though.
Dayton definitely has to play that offsides trap more. Richmond, though, they'll take that all night. They'll just keep firing. If they can break one through, then they're really in a good spot. But again, with a 3-1 lead, sitting pretty at this point.
Yeah, the ball's in Dayton's end most of this last 30 minutes. I mean, Richmond doesn't have a whole lot to worry about. Dayton's going to have to be very, very good on the counterattack if they want to change this scoreline. And Terrier steps up there, will distribute wide to Kreif. But now comes the counterattack, and
Francois has the ball, room to run. He's going to start cutting in. And Dayton put 3 defenders on.
Pass.
Beautiful through ball there, but Dayton taps it away. But great combination by the Kickers. As we're in the 62nd minute live at Miami Valley Hospital Stadium, home of your Dayton Dutch Lions. And Dayton finds them down 2-3-1 here in the 62nd minute.
See the replay on that ball again. Great Francois to Delicate. Delicate just couldn't corral that pass. It was a very slickly pass through.
And Richmond with room to run. Looking for a through ball attempt. Beautiful ball there, offsides position. Great opportunity. And Francois was in the right place at the right time, but just the touch on the ball, not in the spot where he was going to be in good shape.
May the 27th through June the 3rd. For more information, go to the DaytonDutchLionsFC.com website.
Ball back to Matt Williams. Matt Williams will switch sides. And Dayton will have room to run offensively, Doug, but Richmond at this point is going to give them a little bit of room to run because they are going to be very acceptable to a counterattack.
Yeah, Dayton just, especially now being a man down, just doesn't have the numbers there. Kreif has been effective here. He wins that ball in the midfield, splitting 2 defenders, but cannot retain possession. And that's just an instance there where Richmond just has the numbers all over the field. Don't know what Dayton's going to be able to do to combat that.
Richmond plays it back defensively, going to switch fields. Lee's going to have room to work with. High pressure on. Play it back defensively. But this match has definitely become more of a chess match at this point. You make the right move, everything could tumble very quickly for both sides. Through ball again, looked like he was in offsides position. Referee.
And some. The assistant referee's flag just saved Francois from a yellow card, I believe. because the offside call was made, and I don't know if we'll get a replay on it, but that Francois knocked that ball forward almost a la hand of God. Here we go on the replay, and I think we just caught it at the tail end there, that he swatted that ball down with his hand. Dayton now back the other way. Garner will launch one, kind of ambitious, and he will send it high and wide.
We do have an update from Oklahoma City. The Energy, they're tied up with Orlando City in the 15th minute. Ball tapped out. Dayton throwing, 65th minute. Coach Sid Van Drunen trying to figure out what masterpiece he can paint at this point, down 3-1. And any level of coaching, down 3-1 and down a player, it's tough.
Yeah, absolutely. Great work, and again, by Schoenfeld. He had pressure on his back and still was able to win that header and flick it back.
And Francois making that run on the right side. His substitution for Asante, and has as much speed, if not more, than Asante. Very dangerous player. As he controls the ball, switches it beautifully. And now Richmond at this point looking to see if they can set up a through ball.
It's going to be a foul against Dayton, I believe.
Dayton's going to be called for the foul about 30 yards out. And Richmond can just let time tick away a little bit. While they got a moment, fans, I got to remind you about YouTube and their awesome opportunity for you fans out there. Every USL Pro regular season playoff game will stream live on YouTube in 2014. We'll finish that in a minute as the flick is on. Richmond back with control. DVR, chat, social media, interactive, everything is there. You can go to the Dayton Dutch Lions YouTube channel today for all the action, including today's match. But right now, Francois looking to make a highlight reel for that match. 67th minute. Davis serves the ball in, goes back post, goes by Richmond. Richmond still with control, looking to feed it in, and Dayton's just going to have to clear it. And Dayton came away luckily there. Dayton starting to build a little bit more pressure at midfield. As we see the replay,
Dangerous
ball goes
ball.
through. Richmond should have sent that one home. But right now, Richmond again been able to toy with Dayton just a little bit with the numbers. Richmond looking to set up for a strike, take a weak strike there, goes left. Deflects off Dayton, and Richmond will come away with a corner kick here in the 67th minute. Halftime, Wilmington Hammerheads and the Charlotte Eagles are all knotted up at 0 as Richmond plays the ball in short, looking to switch, deflects off, goes back post, headed away. Richmond going to take a strike there. Ball deflects out, weak shot, and Dayton still with control. Ball tapped out, Dayton throw. Up, they call Richmond throw on this one. Referee stop and play for a moment.
I think he just wanted to make sure that, because there was confusion, I think the referee pointed one way, assistant referee pointed the other, so they just want to make sure everybody knows whose ball it is before we restart, so everybody's headed the right direction.
Richmond looking to feed the ball off, see if they can take a strike there. Goes to back post, Davis wide open, looking to save it, does so, looks to feed it, deflects off, Dayton taps it away from their end line.
Nice ball.
Richmond's going to get a strike there.
Absolutely.
Beautiful ball. We'll get the replay, and Richmond right now
they're just toying with Dayton.
Put the nail in the coffin. 4-1 lead in the 68th minute. And we'll see on the replay. Ball headed away. And just feeds them right there. Right place, right time. When you're in the top of the box and at the pro level, Doug, you're going to nail that one home. Yep. The Dayton fans shocked as Dayton has now given up 4 unanswered goals in about 64 minutes. And at this point, it's tough.
Writing's kind of on the wall here as we will play out the string, but I think the send-off plus the PK kind of salted away the result, and Dayton's going to empty their bench and use the rest of their subs, I would assume, for these last 20-plus minutes.
Credited for the goal from Richmond on that play. We'll get the credit in a moment, but Richmond Richmond looking for more. Unofficially give credit to Shea Spitz, number 27. Got the goal moments ago. First goal of the season. Dayton still looking to make something happen. Send it to the corner. Nobody home, and Dayton down 4-1 at this point. Grasping at straws. But keep on.
Richmond with lots of space all over the field. Lee able to bring that down and has 20 yards with nobody there. Spitz now is in an offside position. They will bring that one back.
Mateus, the young Brazilian, will be coming in momentarily for Dayton the next opportunity. But we're still in live action. 70th minute, Dayton down 4-1 now to Richmond at home. Dayton still looking to see what they can come away with as the ball goes out. We're going to have the substitution here made momentarily as Mateus will be coming in the match. Mateus on the season so far has played in 2 games, just 17 minutes as Eli Gardner steps off. Tough game for Gardner. Mateus will come in at more of a defensive position, it looks like. Dayton will shuffle around with 10 players at this point. Long throw in there. Kreif goes to the ball, bumped off, ball still live in the box. And Dayton will get their first corner kick opportunity of the match here in the 71st minute. And this is those opportunities, Doug, that if Dayton can get it, it's almost a dead ball. Stranger things can't happen.
Oh, yeah, throw the numbers forward. And I think if you're Dayton, as the corner is taken quickly, it's going to be a goal kick as it's headed high and wide. If you're Dayton, just try and extract anything positive you can out of this last 20 minutes. I think at this point, you're probably not going to get the results you want. So just time to work on some chemistry, try and string some passes together, see if we can create some scoring chances. But Richmond's a solid team. I can't see a 3-goal lead slipping away, especially being a man up.
Well, that last possession on the corner kick, Mateus, who just got substituted in, came in, got a head on the ball, just went wide. And Dayton with a little miscommunication here. Richmond's going to end up getting a throw in. And you're right, Doug, at this point, work on the chemistry, work on some set plays if you get those opportunities, and just live for another day. Richmond looks to switch fields, has an opportunity. Dayton bumps him off the ball beautifully. Dayton with control, looking to turn. Dayton not having numbers. And Richmond comes away with it in their defensive third and will have room to run. Look like they're going to attempt another through ball. Nice switch. And now Richmond advancing. A little bit too much touch. Richmond still somehow comes away with it. Looks like it's Davis. Puts the ball beautifully to corner. Richmond looking to feed it in. It's going to be bumped out by George. Battle for the ball will be thrown for Richmond, but good defensive clear there. And now Richmond looking to make something happen. Ball back defensively. And Richmond at this point can work on switching fields at will.
Yep, plenty of time and space. Lee on this side will serve a ball towards the middle. George with a mistouch. Tried to get it to Francois.
Day needs to clear, needs a little quicker pace on the ball. Back heel there. Referee calls for a goal kick. Dayton's pace slowing down defensively, but when you're down a man, all the training, all the practices, Doug.
Back four is going to get, I mean, they've got to be tired. I mean, we commented many times in the first half that Dayton was playing defense. They were on their heels most of the first half. And now being a man down, it just puts that much more pressure on every player out there for Dayton.
Dayton still with control. We will have a score update from the USL Pro matches. We do have a foul. Scoring in the 26th minute for Orlando City, legend of USL Pro, Dennis Chin gets the goal. Orlando City 1, Energy 0.
In their final USL Pro season before they move up to Major League Soccer next year.
That is true. Dayton's going to serve one in here. Doesn't make it over the wall. Dayton's still going to fire on. Ball deflects away, and Dayton now looking to make a run. Look for an offsides position. No call there. Nice strike. Solid strike there.
Not a bad hit at all.
Ball goes right to Willis. Finley, good opportunity there. Good strike. Willis, though, able to cover the position. And now as we're back in the 75th minute, live action, Richmond firing away and just pushing forward. Nice run there. Looking to serve it up, looking to flick it back on, and Davis is going to look for a serve. Looks for a serve. Serves it, head ball.
It is.
And yet again, Richmond buries another one. Davis with a beautiful ball through. Richmond taps it in, and now Dayton finds himself down by a 5-1 score. We'll check the instant replay on that. Beautiful service, defensive lapse there, and Richmond with the goal in the 75th minute. And Doug, at this point, Richmond's going to empty their bench as well, make some substitutions in. Coming into the match momentarily will be number 20, Jalen Robinson will be coming into the match. And stepping off will be number 23, Sasha Gorez, who also serves as the assistant coach for Richmond, so a little double duty there.
And that's just, I mean, beautiful goal there from Richmond. Davis with the perfect cross, and Delicott with his second goal of the day. And Williams had no chance, a point-blank header, and Delicott just buried it.
We talked at the top of the broadcast, and we looked at the table and said, okay, let's prepare for tonight's game. Richmond is in 7th place in the table. Dayton is 3rd. Not to take any away from any of the accomplishments of Dayton early in the season, but Richmond has definitely proven to be a sleeping giant. And when folks wake up tomorrow and see the sports section all across the USL Pro cities, their first thought is going to be, wow.
Well, yeah, you talk about how impressive the Dayton defense has been over the last 3 weeks, giving up 1 goal over the last 3 games. And then tonight they give up a 5 spot. So, and I mean, hopefully that's all. But Richmond, I mean, they're a strong club, strong side, and you give them the opportunities, and especially the amount of space they've had, and they're gonna punish you, and they've done that repeatedly tonight.
And Richmond, the kicker's making a run again, slowing it down a little bit. Dayton getting back defensively. But Richmond at this point, definitely you have the man advantage. You obviously have an insurmountable goal advantage. And this is where you start trying some things. Kicker still with control. Play it wide. Lee with room. Nice ball to corner again. Francois with the ball. Plays it back. Davis. Richmond kickers looking on that one pass here and there. Looking to set up, see if they can make a cut. Put it through. Matt Williams, beautiful save, still coming to play. 77th minute. Richmond looking to turn. Francois looked, faked. Richmond tries to put it through. Dayton taps it away, but Richmond's going to get a strike there. Sends it wide. Not a high percentage shot, but Richmond will keep on firing here in the 78th minute.
Yeah, I mean, they've got everything going their way. We'll take a look at the replay. And again, nice attempt to flick through by Davis. Ball pops loose. That shot from about 30 yards probably not going to give Matt Williams trouble on most nights. But again, Richmond able to do whatever they want on the offensive end.
Ball headed forward. A little bit of defensive trouble for the kickers. High pressure from Dayton. Will have to send it out. Ball still touches in. Great play. Looked like it was going out.
Assistant referee
called it out. Fans, want to remind you, Nike is a proud sponsor of USL Pro. Follow them at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. Also, make sure to follow at USL Pro on Twitter for all the latest updates. You and I have been following Twitter as the broadcast goes on. Wealth of knowledge, wealth of information as the games as they happen. Strongly encourage you fans to take a look at that. Dayton right now is going to get control of the ball. It's going to touch out. Referee's going to call for a throw-in for the kickers. And at this point in the game, Dayton still has some scoring opportunities. The goal lead is going to be quite difficult, if not impossible, to overcome. But Richmond, the kickers, are going to empty their benches here. Make some substitutions. George Davis steps out of the game. You can hear hometown fans came down from Lima, Ohio, his hometown, to see him play. Played an excellent match for Richmond. Other substitution in, Richmond out. We have 2 players in, number 10. Sorry, number 9 comes into the match.
Juan Arales and Tishan Hanley enter the match for Richmond.
Dayton will empty their bench in a little bit. Dayton still pushing forward. Richmond defensively, easy to make shape, having a man up and have the lead that they do. But Dayton looking to make something happen here, looking to make a move. Finley with the ball. Ball taps out. It's going to be Kickers throw in here in the 80th minute. Kicker sent it skyward. Dayton being bumped off the ball and had looking to turn. Richmond having 4 black shirts. Dayton with just 1 orange. Doug, tough offensively to make anything happen.
Not going to win a whole lot of battles with those kinds of numbers.
But Dayton still keep on going, pushing back defensively. Richmond, the Kickers, looking to make a run here. Richmond holding at this point, looking for a set play. We'll have 2 veterans for the Dutch Lions not get a starting opportunity tonight. We'll get in a little bit. We'll talk about them as they come in. But Dayton now still trying to make something happen. Slowing down the pace a little bit. The veteran Harada taps the ball off. Gets control of it again. And looking to see what he can do with it. And Dayton at this point just looking for channels to be there. Ball back to Matt Williams. Matt Williams holds. Plays it, and now Dayton looking to press forward. Good ball there. Nice ball. Kreif with the ball. Cuts into the box, looking for a feeder, looking to see what he can do. Tries to make the cut. Ball's going to tap out for a corner kick. Beautiful play. A nice cut. Dayton will come away with their 2nd corner kick.
Kreif did very well taking that down. That ball flighted in from about 40 yards away. Took it right off the chest, trapped it, went around his man, created a decent opportunity, and we'll get Brookhuizen on just in time for the corner kick because Schoenfeld comes off. Schoenfeld played hard tonight. I think that's a trademark of his. He was especially effective in the first half. I think once Dayton had the man sent off in the second half, Schoenfeld kind of disappeared, but you can understand that because Richmond has the numbers going forward. Cameron Vickers also into the match, and he will replace Brock Granger, and that'll be another kind of an offensive for defense substitution.
Opportunity there, shot 5 feet away, goal kick opportunity. We'll check it on the replay. Great 1-2 combination there. Dayton unable to nail it home.
Brookhuizen with a decent run near post will catch this here. Just a little too tall for Brookhuizen.
Which is a hard fact in reality.
Yeah. I think that was Kevon George with the attempted shot and just wasn't able to get over the top of that ball before he took the shot.
Update from the Wilmington-Charlotte game just into the second half, still scoreless at this point. Long ball attempt there, Francois going to try to run it on, still going to leave it for the corner. Ball play from Williams, dangerous cross there. Ball sails wide, 83rd minute. Kickers 5, Dayton 1. Richmond sending the ball to corner, sending it through. Richmond at this point calling off the dogs a little bit, not going to be sending the full throttle here.
Yeah, I'd expect them to take their foot off the gas a little bit. They don't really need a lot of goals. These 2 teams will see each other again this season. I'm not sure when that is.
August 16th, Dayton will travel down to Richmond to play them.
There you go.
Key match there. He is free. George is going to run it on, going to tap it out. It's going to be a throw-in for Richmond. Good defensive play there. Good through ball attempt. We will have another substitution, final one for Richmond. Coming in at this point, referee waiting to be signaled on. He comes on. Number 8 comes into the match. Robert Hughes. This is Robert Hughes' debut this season for the Kickers. Coming out of the match, Luke Veracone comes out, veteran for Richmond. And now both teams at this point will play the string out here in the 84th minute as Richmond again has a very shocking and commanding 5-1 lead over the Dayton Dutch Lions.
Yeah, we knew Richmond could score some goals. They've been scoring 2 goals a game, but that's going to be offside. But you really didn't figure Dayton would give up 5.
Dayton scoring in the 4th minute, and then Richmond just shut the door on scoring opportunities for Dayton. Despite the score being 5-1, Dayton still looking to make something happen. Some of the substitutions getting in. Definitely want to show Coach that they came to play as well, despite not getting a start. And Dayton's going to get another opportunity as a throw-in about 2/3 down the field. Dayton looking to turn, looking to make the turn. Hard to bump Brookhausen off the ball. Ball cleared away. That's a tough, tall order to do.
That's a pretty decent physical matchup there. I mean, Brookhausen going at it pretty good with William Yambi in the back there, but Yambi not backing down at all.
Yambi's been playing for Richmond for a few years. Veteran of those teams, and definitely Brookhausen's going to try to be a target here. Tries to head it on, and Willis skies over numerous players, able to come away with it to keep her for the kickers. And good opportunity for Dayton, but Willis being a skilled goalie, right place, right time.
Yep, a little bit better from Dayton over the last 5 minutes or so. There's a through ball. It's going to be sent outside. But, yeah, Dayton showing a little more spirit here. They've got a couple of fresh sets of legs in the game. Just kind of playing out the string here. This is one where you're just going to have to circle the wagons, wipe this one off, forget it ever happened, and move on to next week.
Dayton has yet in their history able to beat Richmond. They've tied them one opportunity. Played them last year in the opening round of the playoffs. Lost 1-0. And these teams definitely, this will be August 16th return match when Dayton travels down to Richmond. Final score will definitely be locker room fodder for the Dutch Lions and for Richmond as well. Richmond with control, slowing it down. Still will take some opportunities. They pushing back defensively. Strike there. Sent out. 86th minute. Unofficially won't count that as a shot. Matt Williams with a long strike there to Brookhausen. Looking to turn, looking for help. Lays it off. And Dayton now pressing forward, seeing what they can do with the ball. Through ball attempt there, unable to bring it down to his feet. Ball's going to go out for a goal kick for the kickers.
I'd say one of the bright spots here for Dayton in the second half has been the play of Cruyff on the left side. He's done a good job, and we mentioned a little bit of manipulation in the lineup to start tonight. I wouldn't be surprised to see Cruyff maybe get a start next time out. He's been impressive here in the second half.
Very impressive. Schoenfeld's played very impressive. And Dayton team just in just one of those games that you just want to wake up the next day, not remember. And, of course, Coach Sid Van Drunen's going to tell them, remember the good things we did, work on the things we need to work on, and just keep on firing. Throwing back to Matt Williams. Skies it high. Richmond still pressing forward, but now at a slower pace as we are in the 87th minute, live at Miami Valley Hospital Stadium in Beavercreek, Ohio. And Doug, while I have a moment, we believe one more match here. This has been the home for Dayton last year, and then Dayton will play in the new DOC Center, the refurbished West Carrollton High School. Turf will be finalized this week, and it is going to be a beaut.
I've seen the pictures as it's slowly taking shape, and drove past the stadium yesterday, or actually on Thursday, drove past the stadium. It sits next to the highway, and Dayton Dutch Lions signage already up surrounding the press box area there at DOC Field. So looking forward to the change in venue, but still have one more here at Beavercreek, Miami Valley Stadium before we head down to West Carrollton.
And we should tell the fans out there, they got a pretty nice way of opening up that match. Some legend, some guy that's played soccer before is going to be coming here.
I've heard of that guy before.
Why don't you tell the fans a little about that while we have a moment?
I think Ruud Hullet will be in town for the first home game at the new venue for the Dayton Dutch Lions as Dayton takes their partnership with the city of West Carrollton to the next level. And Hullet's going to do a tour of Southwest Ohio because I think he's also going to be attending the home opener for the Cincinnati Dutch Lions playing in the PDL.
Cincinnati PDL team will be starting soon, and the women's team will be starting in the next few weeks as well. So a lot of action here in the Southwest Ohio region. We have a couple more minutes to go. Dayton finds himself down in a very commanding 5-1 deficit to the Richmond Kickers. Richmond still pressing forward, doing some give and goes. And then calling off the dogs if the give and goes aren't working in Dayton. Keeping on trucking along. Keep on firing away. And going to see if they can at least get one more in the back of the net before we are done. Nice ball there. Holding. Kicker's holding. Looking for help. Being pressured by two Dutch Lions. Ball's going to go out for a goal kick. And good defensive play there. Right place to put the pressure on, and Richmond not able to advance it.
Solid defense as we enter the 90th minute. And I can't imagine the referee will add too much more considering the scoreline we have.
Dayton now with another offensive chance. Through ball there. A good opportunity. Good give and go. Just a little bit on it. Good combination there. Just ran out of real estate. Willis will slow down the pace as we are into extra time. Kickers 5, Dayton 1. Ball back to Matt Williams. Matt Williams looking for help.
We're done.
And the help is there as the referee has sounded a final whistle. And your final scores, we'll have some closing comments. The Richmond Kickers 5, Dayton Dutch Lions 1. And Doug, storyline, stats, thrown out the window. This is just one you want to forget.
Yeah, I think the key is when you talk about the storyline, 5-1, but it all turned. We were at a 2-1 game, and then you have the send-off. Shane Smith sent off for denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. They convert the penalty kick. Now we're at 3-1. Richmond has numbers and a lot of space. They quickly convert that into a couple more goals, and they kind of cruise this whole second half. For Dayton, it's one you just kind of want to wipe out of the memory banks. Go get them next week.
Build from the good things, and fans out there, tough one for the Dutch Lions fans, the Kickers fans that are watching on the broadcast. Thank you. You come away with a very satisfying 5-1 victory. Again, your final score, Richmond Kickers 5, Dayton Dutch Lions 1. Thank you for listening to the stream. Doug, any final comments?
No, I mean, a solid effort by Richmond tonight. Solid side. They put a lot of goals in the net tonight, so great from a fan standpoint to see a lot of goals in the net. And we will go get them next week from the Dutch Lions standpoint.
We'll get them next week. Again, your final score, the Richmond Kickers 5, Dayton Dutch Lions 1. I want to thank Dave and the rest of the crew for their outstanding job. Have a nice night, everybody.
The Dayton Dutch Lions' next home game is Sunday, May the 4th, right here at Beavercreek High School. Join us as they take on the Charleston Battery. In the meantime, make sure we all head out to the Dutchwood Pub, the official pub of the Dutch Lions, since our premier season. Watch all the Dutch Lions away games and receive 20% off your food for wearing Dutch Lion apparel. Fans, meet the Dayton Dutch Lions and grab a meal before the match of May 4th at the Texas Road. Let them know you're supporting the Dutch Lions and get 20% off your purchase, which will be donated to our youth academy.